From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabitha, and Greebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
And
we have...
I was like, well,
we're used to having Tabitha here.
Yes, we have no guests. That was Nikodas. I am Greebog. This is episode 151, Disrupting the Energy. It's not 151 proof, none of that stuff. Yeah. I debated putting like disrupting proof or something. I don't know. But that's a Bacardi 151 reference for those adult viewers.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't drink, kids. It's bad for you.
Yeah, well, let's not get into that. So, Greebog, how has your week been?
It's been busy. Memorial Day made the week seem different. I was gonna say wrong, but wrong is not, wouldn't be a good word choice. It wasn't like it's wrong. It was just the days didn't match up with what my brain wanted to think the day was. So, but yeah. Let's see. I can't. I didn't kill any players that I remember. We played set. No, we didn't. We play. I can't remember. I can't even remember games.
I think we did play this week. I think.
Yeah. I think that was the Mummy game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we won't get to play in 2 weeks because some people are going to enjoy a nice concert. I mean, unfortunate for us that we won't get to play. It'll be probably cool for them to go to the concerts they get to go to.
It'll be fine.
Let's see. Outside of that, I've been playing STO. I have my event rewards unlocked. Yeah. I've been debating builds and stuff in game, but I haven't done anything yet. But and of course I play WoW. So Nikodas, how's your week been and what have you been up to?
I am also have the rewards claimed. I have a character that I've been playing around with the Tetrion, new stuff on. The beam color is kind of a red. It looks interesting. I mean, visually for the new Omni. I also think it's really interesting that even though this is a set Omni, they are not counting it as a set Omni for the limitations on what you can have equipped. So if you use this set, then you can actually have two different set Omnis equipped. You can have this one and then whatever other set Omni you want to equip. Now, you cannot equip this with a non-set Omni because this counts as a non-set. So even though it is a set Omni, they've set it up so that it doesn't count against you in that regard. Take that as you will. Outside of STO, I've been doing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, and then a little bit of Pokemon because Pokemon Home finally got updated, so we can now move Pokemon to and from the two newest games, Violet and Scarlet. So I moved all of my legendaries over. Well, all that it would let me move over. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. So take that as you will. But outside of that, nothing really special. I didn't do anything for Memorial Day. Nothing. I didn't even work. And the normal other stuff that I do was canceled. So I didn't do anything. I sat here and played video games. It was kind of fun. Just a quick update on Tabitha. For those that know, she has been down and out for the last couple weeks. Hopefully she will be back next week. I don't feel it's my place to give details, but I will say she is doing okay.
Nothing life-threatening, just recovering is all. Yeah.
And we certainly hope that she's back with us next week. She's fun to have on the show.
Yes.
All right, so this week in STO, I'll let you take the first one.
Well, as we said, Looming Threats event is still ongoing. And here, let me put it onto my screen. It is going now until June 8th. You can get the reward is the nice handy dandy space set, which you get the omnidirectional interlacing beam, a shield, warp core, and a singularity core. Though obviously you can't use a warp core and a singularity core at the same time. But those are three pieces towards the set that you can equip. The fourth, you have to do the new mission. But to do all that, yeah, you have until June 8th to get your progress done. And you have if you pull up the menu for the events, it will show you all the different TFOs, the mission, or the patrols that you can go and run and get that knocked out.
I want to say real quick, so like the set generates these little crystals, and they kind of act like mines. If you have part of the set, then they'll just sit there, and if something runs into them, they deal damage. But if you have the full set, then they actually move and chase your enemies around. And they pop up fairly frequently, so it's actually kind of cool. The other thing this week in
mines.
STO, do what?
So you can track mines or
Yeah,
drag mines. Galaxy Quest reference.
Yeah, you pull them all behind you as you're moving. Yeah. The Timeline Needs You was announced. This runs from June 8th to June 29th. This is where you get to create a temporal agent recruit, which is a TOS era character. You have to get to a certain point in the tutorial where you're given the temporal device. Once you have that device, you are a temporal agent, and you have an unlimited amount of time to complete the requirements. Many of the unlocks you get are account wide. Now, the announcement also said that they are going to update the goals for this, and that will be retroactive to any current recruits that are already created. In addition to the recruit, all TOS themed items in the Zen store will be 30% off, but that ends on June 15th. So you only get the sale for a week.
I'm going to assume that the sale starts on the 8th as well.
Yeah, June. Yeah, I didn't specify that in the notes, but yes.
Just trying to be clear.
Okay, so that's it for the notes. Actually, they didn't really do any other announcements. We're kind of expecting a big one to be coming probably next week since this event ends. I'm a little surprised we didn't get it this week, but whatever the next event is going to be, which should be the summer event, should be announced relatively soon.
I'm going to guess, this is my guess, 10 Forward will be, since if you didn't know, 10 Forward went to a bi-weekly schedule. 10 Forward will be this coming Tuesday, which means they are likely going to, my theory, announce the ship for the summer event. Now, the summer event likely will not start on the 8th. We likely will get a filler event until the summer event starts. That's my guess.
That tracks with what they've done in the past. So if it was going to start on the 8th, I think it probably would have been announced this week.
But with having that bi-weekly 10 Forward, yeah. It might also be why we are a little lighter on news this week.
That's true. I guess we'll wait and see. All right, so our primary target today is to talk about Disruptor builds. The last time we did a Disruptor episode, it was episode 46, and we did that back in May of 2021. And we didn't really do a build with that episode. It was more where you could find the Disruptor equipment. Now we're going to go over a Disruptor build. Now there is going to be some overlap because obviously we're going to tell you what our equipment is and where to get it. But if you want to see the full list of Disruptor equipment, go back to that episode 46. You can find that at fleetactionreport.com or on our YouTube channel. Also, for these builds, we are not going to talk about traits, duty officers, or bridge officers because those are more based on the build and not the weapon type that you're using. My particular build that I'm going to highlight is a surgical strike build, and I'm flying the Cardassian Ghemor Intel Flight Deck Carrier, which is why it's a surgical strike build. Okay, so let me just go into this here. Pop up my window so you guys can see this. Oh, actually, it's not going to let me enlarge. Okay. So for my 4 weapons, I have 5 of them. I have 3 Spiral Wave Disruptor dual beam banks. All of these are ultra rare quality, not epic yet, as you can see. I'm working on it. And all of them have been re-engineered to have damage times 3. When they bump up to the epic category, they should actually get a 4th damage, so that'll boost it up. And then I've got the Nausicaan Disruptor beam array, and this one I can't actually re-engineer, so it's got the wrong button. Got the standard that it comes with, which is crit hit times 2 and crit damage times 1, and then its unique proc. Same with the Nausicaan Energy Torpedo Launcher. At Epic, it gained the accuracy / damage buff, but otherwise it's got crit damage times 2 and crit hit times 1 and its proc. For the aft, I've got the House Martok Omni, the Spiral Wave Disruptor turret, and the Heavy Biomolecular Disruptor turret. So I ran turrets. I could have another Omni back here, but I wanted the set bonus off of this turret, and then with this, I wanted the Spiral Wave instead of the standard crafted Omni. So take that as you will. Just to give you guys this information here, the Spiral Wave Disruptors are from the Dilithium store, but you must own a Cardassian ship to have access to them, and you get them from the reclaim spot. It'll be down at the bottom, all these here. There is no Omni, unfortunately, but you do have every other weapon type. For the Nausicaan Disruptor and Torpedo, you run New Frontiers, Echoes of Light. It's actually a really quick episode, so you can knock that out if you're interested in that set. And the House Martok is from New Frontiers Brushfire. And I'll go over why I use those here in a minute. I've got it written down further down on the list. The Biomolecular Disruptor is from the Reputation, the 8472 Counter Command Rep. The regular equipment here, this is, I put this on every ship. It's what's considered the meta right now. I have the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector Array, which you get from the Colony, the Prevailing Innervated Impulse Engines, which you get from the competitive Reputation, the Mycelial, lost it. Where's it at? Mycelial Harmonic Matter Antimatter Core, which is from the Discovery Rep, and then Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield, also from the Discovery Rep. Devices, you can use whatever devices you want. I tend to use reusable devices, so I have the red matter capacitor and the Scorpion fighters. Put in there what you want. For consoles, I have only one actual engineering console, and this is the House Martok Defensive Configuration. This is from New Frontiers. It gives a bunch of passive bonuses in there, but it's a lot of shield and engine and hit points. So this is a defensive console. Nothing really to boost your attack, but it does give a 2-piece with the Omni up there. And then for the science consoles, I only have one. It's the Nausicaan Siphon Capacitor. This one actually does add, it's got 25% disruptor damage, also increases your power transfer rate, which can be really important. And then it gives a passive drain expertise, which lets you either do drains or resist drains. I'm not doing a drain build, but that's what's on there. Let's see, and you get that again from the New Frontiers Echoes of Light, and the Martok console you get from New Frontiers Brushfire. Under tactical, I have 3 of the vulnerability locators. These increase disruptor damage and your crit chance. If I had more tactical slots, I would run more of them. But obviously, this ship does not, so I have 3. You get those from that's the Spire, right? That's what I wrote down.
The vulnerability locators and exploiters are Spire.
Okay, so I did put that down correctly. And then the other tactical console I have, which is up here in my universal slot, is the Counter Command Multi-Conduit Energy Relay. This gives me a 2-piece, and it comes from the Counter Command Reputation. This one, again, does add directly to disruptor damage. It adds the 15.6, and then it adds radiation damage, like photon torpedo damage, and phaser damage, none of which is affecting this build, but it does have the disruptor on there, and then the 2-piece set, which I will go over shortly. Under the universal, now this was interesting because disruptors don't have as much support as I thought they did as far as the universal consoles go. What I found, I've got the Hall image refractors, which gives a 20% to all damage boost, and then it's got a clicky. Same with the ominous device. It's got 20% all damage and has the clicky. Both of those clickies I don't really care for because it takes you out of combat. One is kind of a cloak, and then the other one is a movement speed. So I don't really use those, but I like the 20% to all damage. The let's see here. The Hall refractors, you can get that from the exchange or from the Infinity Lockbox if you're really lucky with it. The ominous device, it comes from the Zen store. There are several ships that have that on there. I got it from the legendary Talis, but I know the legendary D7 also has it, and there's several ships that are not legendary that you can get it from. I even think there's one in Muds. Excuse me, the Prior's World Elite Defense Satellite was an event. It gives a flat boost to directed energy damage and a reduction to weapon power cost. Both of those are really good. It also has a clicky where you can summon a satellite that will tractor and shoot enemies. I find that very useful. You can only get if you didn't do the event, you can only get it from Mud's Market at this point. And then I got the Sustained Radiant Field. This one gives another boost to all weapon damage. It also gives a bonus to shield heals and outgoing hull heals. So if you're sending hull heals to other players. This one's part of a set, but I'm not actually using any of the other set pieces. I just wanted it for the all damage bonus. This comes from the Iconian Resistance reputation. The last 2 down here, I've got a point defense bombardment warhead. This adds a bonus to projectile damage and crit chance, and it comes from the Lobi store or the Zen store if you get the legendary bundle. It's comes from the NX family of ships. And then the Cardassian mobile torpedo platform, which actually came from this ship, the Intel Flight Deck Carrier. And take it as you will. It gives you tactical readiness, which reduces your bridge officer cooldowns for tactical abilities, which can be handy. But if you have something else you want to put in this spot, don't be afraid to do it. Same with the point defense bombardment. If you have something that boosts all damage or boosts disruptor damage, slide it in there. You'll be good to go. I didn't have any other consoles to throw in here, so I'm using these 2. I will say the clicky on the Cardassian platform, the mobile torpedo platform, is fun because that pops another satellite and then will shoot nearby enemies. So I kind of dig that. For the hanger, if you have a hanger, you can equip whatever you want. I went ahead and went with the Yukawa frigates just because it fits the Cardassian theme. But there are better hanger pets that you can throw in there if you have a hanger, just whatever you want to use. And then the last thing I want to talk about are my set bonuses here. For the House Martok set, it's called the House Martok Skirmisher configuration. I have a two-piece called Precision Instruments. It adds a 2.5% crit chance and 15 accuracy. The Entoiled Technology set, which is the Nausicaan, I have the full three-piece. The set 2 is called Nausicaan Weaponry Augmentation. Here, let me come up here. This Disruptor Beam has a chance of throwing a net out there. And then the set bonus lets the net deal disruptor damage over time. And then the three-piece is what I really like. The Nausicaan three-piece is called Nausicaan Power Initiative. It adds 26.6% disruptor damage and 50 hull pen. So that's what I was going for with the three-piece there. I have the Counter Command Ordnance two-piece. This is called Biomolecular Instability. It adds 7.5% phaser, disruptor, plasma, and tetrion damage, and gives a 2% increased chance for the biomolecular weapons to apply the incubation debuffs, which is on this weapon. The only other set thing that I have is the Discovery Rep pieces, which is the Stamets Tilly Field modifications. I have the two-piece called Nothing is Lost Forever, and it adds 120% hull regeneration. That is a huge survival boost, which is why it's part of the meta. So that is my ship build in a nutshell. I'm going to let Greebog take the reins here to tell us about his, and then we'll go blow some stuff up.
All right. Let me make sure I went to the right screen here. So, okay. There's a lot of overlap with ours, except I apparently with this build steered way away from plus disruptor consoles. But we'll get into that in a minute. So this is a beam overload build. I've shown it off. I don't know that I went through the build itself per se, but I have shown it off at times running it. This is the one that ignores shields with the way I've got it set up. So to start off on the weapons, I went Spiral Wave on the front primarily. Spiral Wave, Disruptor, Dual Beam Banks. And those are all from having a Cardi ship and then in the Dilithium store. I then have the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo, mainly for part of a set bonus. I also then went with the Disruptor Wide Angled Dual Heavy Beam Bank. This also is from Discovery and also part of the set. So there's two pieces of the set right there. On the aft, I did go with the House Martok Omni-Directional. I also have a crafted Omni. And then because I have a third rear slot, I slapped in the kinetic cutting beam. For the space set, it is the same as what Nikodas has already said for his set. So not really going to delve into that there. So I use the Kobayashi Maru transponder and red matter capacitor as devices. And then I have deuterium surplus and a reactive armor catalyst as the two others. This is where it gets interesting. All of mine are universal consoles except for 5. The 5 consoles are tactical. That being Lorca's custom fire controls, which Nikodas already talked about, again, from Discovery Rep.
Actually, I'm not using that one on this build, so I didn't talk about
it. Gives you crit chance and weapon power, more weapon power setting, and a bunch of shield pen, a whole ton of it. So, and then the other tacticals are down here. Yeah, I could have put the Lorca's console down here, but I didn't. I am actually running 2 vulnerability locators and 2 vulnerability exploiters. They both are focused on disruptor damage, but one gives me more crit chance and one gives me more crit severity. So exploiters give the severity and the locators give the chance. As for the rest of these are a lot of DPS consoles. So here we have the temporal trajectory shifter. It's got some passive survivability on it, and its active is a big DPS booster. Because weapons firing speed of your target is slowed down. Their ability cooldowns are slowed. They lose defense rating, and everything you just did to them, you get. Your weapon speed goes up. Your ability cooldowns get hasted, and you get more defense. And then we have here the power dispersal channel. This is, again, passive crit severity. That is the main reason. It does also have some heal crit severity on it and some Starship Drain expertise. More beneficial side effects, but it's there for the 10% crit severity. It's active. It reduces the power levels. It again does like the previous one where it will reduce their power levels, as in it will mean they won't have as much power to fire their weapons, and then you in turn get more power to fire your weapons. It costs you less to fire weapons. So, and then there's also some control amplification to it, but I don't have a lot of control. I do have one in my build to control powers, but this isn't really a control build. Then there's the Domino console. As you can see, it is a phaser damage console, but it does give you more accuracy, which isn't bad. It's just typically stacking accuracy is not the best stat to stack. It is more that it's usable. Its active ability click. It is a big DPS booster because it gives you fire cycling haste bonus damage, recharge speed on bridge officer abilities, recharge speed for torpedoes, you know. And then if you defeat foes, plus 2 second duration to all those effects. Then I of course have the immolating phaser lance because I have a problem. I mean, it does. Okay, I guess here I should tell you where some Lorca's console comes from. Disco Rep. The temporal trajectory shifter. Oh, I didn't write that. I didn't write all this down. Boy, I'm a bad. I guess I can look it up quick, but
what is
the
it
Domino?
Temporal?
What?
I was just asking what that was. I was going to look it up for you. Trajectory.
Yeah, the temporal trajectory shifter. It is from it's a universal console. It comes from a cross-faction cruiser bundle, 2-ship,
Narendra.
or Narendra or the Viral. Then we have the power dispersal channel, which comes from V'ger is such a nice site. Vanguard Jem'Hadar Vanguard Warship. Oh, hey, it comes from this ship. I'm using the console from this ship.
The Domino is from the Maquis.
Yep.
Maquis
Which
Raider, right?
Was an event ship. Now it's, I believe, in the
I think
Phoenix.
It's Lobby.
Oh, is it Lobby?
Is it Phoenix? It might be Phoenix. You might be right.
The immolating phaser lance comes from a lockbox ship. It is not cheap to get a hold of it. Let's see. Oh, it comes from the synthwave ship. The Demos pilot destroyer. Then I have the assimilated module. That's for partially the set bonus, plus it has more crit severity, more crit chance, more weapon powers. It's got a bunch of nice things on it. I just added this console. I was using another console in its place, but I'm using the decentralized immunity. It comes from the 12th anniversary Terran Trailblazer science warship. It gives you more crit severity. And it also has more shield capacity for you, and it even gives you a use ability that will make you immune temporarily. So if you need it has a nice survivability bonus to it. And then the final console, which is a nice console to have if you have. Oh, come on.
Is it the M6?
Yeah, the M6, which
it comes from the Temporal Escort for
Yes.
75,000 dilithium. It's a tier 3. Or if you have the Temporal Special Agent Pack, it comes in there.
Yeah. And then obviously the locators, exploiters, as said earlier, come from the Spire. But as for the M6, it has a use clicky, which gives you bonus all damage, 25% cooldown reduction to tactical abilities, fire cycle haste for all weapons, even more accuracy, more defense. I have enough bonus damage and defense in this that I am fairly survivable. I've been impressed on how survivable I have been in this ship.
For what it's worth, if you don't have access to the Domino or the DPRM, the M6 computer is a worthwhile substitute.
And it's only 75 dilithium or 75,000 dilithium, so not a terrible cost, honestly. Yes, you're gonna have to spend some time getting the dilithium to buy the ship, but it's a nice console to have.
Let's see. You've got your set bonuses to go over.
Yes, set bonuses. I don't have nearly as many set bonuses. I have two set bonuses.
You technically have 3 because you have the Stamets Tilly, but we don't need to repeat that one.
Oh, well, yeah. I have, for DPS side, I have 2 set bonuses that are I have Lorca's Ambition, but I have the 3-piece set on top of the 2-piece that gives the on crit +1 crit severity for 25 seconds and stacks up to 25, which is the main reason people at least grab the 2-piece. The 3-piece auto launches dark matter quantum torpedoes at enemies below 50% once per second. So it will not launch a torpedo more than once, and these are free, and it's a 360-degree sphere out to 10 kilometers. So, and then the Omega Adapted Borg technology, I have 2 of the 3 pieces, and the 2-piece bonus gives 2.5% chance to give more weapon power and reduce weapon power drain resist, and a massive minus weapon power cost. So, and when I say massive, it was like minus 500 to the weapon power cost. So
it's a lot. And that's 500%.
Yeah, it's impressive. And with being the reason I stack so much of things like plus weapon power or minus weapon power cost is beam overload. When you overload, you're burning out all your power pretty much.
Okay, so we didn't really discuss this. I just added it to the notes, but there are several different types of disruptors in the game. And you can kind of pick your flavor. We went with Spiral Wave. At one point in time, Spiral Wave was the meta, but I don't know if it still is. I know it's a good choice still. What makes it so good is it has 2 different effects that can kick. It's got a chance for one random subsystem offline, which is the phaser click, and then it's got the regular disruptor click, which is it reduces the enemy's resistance to disruptor damage. In each one of those is a 2.5% chance. So, having two of them is better than just one. I think there are some flavors of Disruptor now that have a 5% chance to do whatever, and some that just have a static boost. Typically, the ones with the static boost are the ones that are considered the meta right now. So, again, you can pick and choose. There is a page on the STO wiki, stowiki.net, that will give you a list of all the different weapon types in the game, tell you how to find them, and then at the very bottom of the page, it even gives you a color guide. For disruptors, most of it is green, but like the Lithium disruptor is red. The Withering disruptor is red. The Coalition disruptor is actually a really pretty blue. Emitter, integrity, and sensor linked are a pale green. Focusing, resilience, and targeting linked are a bright yellow, almost a gold color. Krieger wave is a almost pink color. And then you've got Zot Vash and Advanced, which are both green, and then Spiral Wave is a kind of a yellow orange color. It's what you see they call them phasers, but it's what you see the Cardassians using in the shows. Like, it's the yellow beam that comes out of the front of their ships. But again, that full list with the color guide at the bottom is on the page. I've got it linked in the show notes for when they get posted. And if you're interested, here, I'll pop it up in the chat for everybody too. There you go. Okay, so let's shall we go blow some stuff up, Reebok?
Sure.
What do you say we do the new TFO?
Sure.
Leviathan.
I've actually liked that TFO more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I actually haven't been running it because I've been sticking with the quicker one, the Azure Nebula.
Depending upon your group, depends on whether you are going to be faster with Leviathan or Azure Nebula. Now, Azure Nebula, you are on a set timer from beginning to end.
Yeah,
Leviathan, you are based on who's in your party.
The total timer on the Azure Nebula is 10 minutes, so it's going to take 10 minutes.
I thought it was
matter
12.
how is it 12? You might be right.
Either way, 10 to 12 minutes, something like that.
No matter what, though, that's how long it's going to take. That's it. You can't do it any faster. You can't do it any slower. It's going to take that time. And now we're just waiting to warp out because we got the wee-woo.
I've had groups I'm that were under 10 minutes on Leviathan, and I've had groups that were over 20 minutes. So it like I said, it just depends on who you get in your group.
Wow. I haven't, other than when we ran it with Tabby, I don't think I've had that much luck with it. Hey, look, we actually went in the same direction.
I've even had group. I normally what I've been doing is clicking between Leviathan. Like, I'll click both Leviathan and Azure Nebula at the same time and see what I get.
Oh, there you go. I might try that. You gonna go a certain direction, or you want to see what our friends do?
I'll go left.
Oh, somebody's in the Dyson's Romulan ship. That's a pretty ship. And then we have, they called it the Vengeance, but there's an Odyssey over there, and then of course the Baby V'ger. Are people still calling it the Baby V'ger? I think it's still the Baby V'ger.
Yeah, for the most part.
I'm really, really curious what ship we're going to get for the summer event.
What did we get last year?
Last year we got the space jellyfish, the big one.
Because the way they had been going up until now was it went in a family, and there's no more ships in that family, so
I mean, there could be if they would make more. I would love another Alliance ship, but
well, no. I'm another Nandarian ship. That's what I was saying. Because like last year, we got the jellyfish. We're not gonna probably get another jellyfish family ship.
I mean, for living ships out there, if they want to keep with that theme, there's still they called him Tin Man. I can't think. He actually had a name though. I can't think of the name right now. Yeah. Anyway, so there is another one they could do if they wanted to do another kind of living ship type thing with a massive AOE ability.
An Alliance vessel is reporting severe hull damage. You have destroyed 50
My wingmen are taking out the engine mod nodules without me telling them to do anything. I'm taking out the ships, and they're taking out the nodules.
Good teamwork, I guess. Oh, there's a dreadnought up there. I'm coming up to the dreadnought.
An Alliance vessel has successfully escaped.
See, like this group, we're going fairly quick.
There is a Terran dreadnought escaping in the center lane.
You got the dreadnought?
The
Yeah.
nodules have been eliminated. Proceed to the next objective.
My frigates ended up finishing him off.
A Terran
Okay,
dreadnought
going
has
back
been
to my side.
destroyed. Kapla!
You know, the funny thing is I actually don't mind the design of the Cardassian ships. Like, they're actually different enough, but still pretty cool.
So the compiler, a baby V'ger ship came and decided to help me out. I think they were getting bored with you up there.
If they think I'm bad, you're going to be blowing up stuff a lot more than me.
Well, since they're taking out the ships, I'm just like cruising along, turning things off.
Oh, I got hit by one of V'ger's plasma torps. Whoops.
I think one of my wingmen just got hit by one of the plasma torps.
Oh, where am I? That's funny. I was trying to move into position to scan this other device here and got taken out from behind.
Half of the plasma accelerators in the
No, yeah, well, both my wingmen took out the plasma torps for me. They like got in the way.
You have them set to intercept?
No. Because I'm like looking, I'm like, wait, no, both of my wingmen are dead.
Oh, they just got hit by it. Okay.
Yeah. I did not know that they, yeah, that's a thing.
Can be, apparently. I'm going to get hit again if I don't move my rear end. Oh no, don't tractor me right there.
of the right lane plasma accelerators remain functional. Disable the rest.
Okay, moving right along.
dreadnought has been destroyed.
Oh, you guys found another dreadnought?
That wasn't me. That must have been the right lane.
Not me.
Oh, are you in the right lane?
Yeah. Must have been in the middle.
Must be center lane.
Has been destroyed by the Guardian.
Okay, I'm moving to the second set of things to scan here.
Okay, that time the wingman saved my butt. Because it lagged just in the right spot behind me. It got hit by the plasma torpedo while I was running across the middle section there.
Plasma accelerators have been disabled.
And that took a while to get
The
up
right
here.
lane needs help.
I'm over here by myself. I mean, I'm doing okay. Just a little slow.
Well, here, I will shoot across.
It would have helped if I hadn't, I've gotten myself blown up.
It's still, I don't know, the silliness of this, the crit on this ship.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, it looks like you got it.
I think you beat me to it.
Well, while you get the last one, I'll head back towards my side.
No. Okay, and then we just do the boss fight, right?
Shields.
Oh, right.
All plasma
Okay, moving
accelerators
right
in the
along.
right lane have been disabled. Enemy dreadnought on escape vector in the left lane. An Alliance vessel is reporting severe hull damage. An Alliance vessel has successfully escaped. One of your allies has received critical damage in battle.
But,
Did we
150
miss a ship?
Terran vessels have fallen to
miss a ship?
in battle.
Oh,
All
yeah, sure
plasma
enough.
accelerators are down. Well
If you
done.
go too forward too quick,
The spike orbs ahead
they almost spawn right at the very end of the,
destroy them. One
very
of your
end of where we
allies
came
has
from,
escaped
like with the.
successfully.
So it's easy to skip some of the allied ships.
Yeah, I had to go back for him, but I got him.
I went back for one in the center that is now saved.
We did lose one. We must have lost the left side there. There's supposed to be a dreadnought around here somewhere.
An Alliance vessel has successfully escaped. One of your allies has escaped successfully.
Well, while we were both on left and right side, it might have been one of the middle
An
ships.
Alliance vessel has successfully escaped.
That was, yeah.
The shield generators in the center lane have been destroyed. An Alliance vessel is reporting severe hull damage.
We're losing friends, man. Alright, I'm over here at the shields.
A Terran dreadnought has been destroyed. Goodbye.
And the baby V'ger just ran into me.
Oh, there's another friend ship.
One of your allies has escaped successfully.
Okay, the right side is done.
There are no shield generators remaining in the right lane.
go back to the left side. I'm coming.
My friend that was in my lane with me opted to not take out any ships and save anyone. So that's what I was doing.
All of the
We're
left
good.
lane
We gotta
shield
get
generators have been
the
eliminated.
big ships now.
The shield generators are destroyed. Proceed to the compilers ahead.
Okay, here we go. I'm going for Clang.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Hey, it did count as a dreadnought. Yay. Completed the endeavor.
Nice.
Target's
Bonus
shields
points.
have failed.
Fire all weapons. Take them out. All of them. Oh, wait.
Your performance in the
There we go.
simulation was
How did we do? We missed one Alliance ship and 3 Terran ships, apparently. Overall, not bad, though. 249 marks. That's a lot.
That is also another reason why to do this one. They give you a lot more marks than you're going to get from the Nebula.
That is very true. About 3 times as much.
Yeah. So,
Well, hi, Wolfcat.
hey, Wolfcat. How you doing? In Midnight Age, and I don't know if Vendale is still around.
Yeah, I agree. If Vindale is still around, I agree that an Intel Audi would be really nice. I'm a little surprised that the Terran version wasn't Intel. I'm sure they're saving that for something special. Okay, so let me open my stuff here.
I'm waiting for the Enterprise Z.
We have not seen a 32nd century Enterprise yet, so let's see what that is before you start saying we haven't seen one.
I think the show is scared to do it because I think they're scared to put a letter to it.
Could be. I mean, they've mentioned the Enterprise. One time it was on a screen that they were overlooking, and they said the Enterprise is over here, but they didn't give it a letter.
I really think that they don't want to do it because they know if they're going to continue doing Star Trek shows from now until who knows when the money runs out, they've milked all they could out of Star Trek. There's a chance that whatever letter they give it in Discovery is going to be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. So, we're going to end here, right?
Yeah.
You want to do something else?
I mean, what else do you want to do?
You want to do a rando?
We could do a rando.
Anybody want to join us for a rando? Midnight Age, Wolfcat, Vindale. Anybody else who's lurking? We got room for 3. One rando.
While we wait, I will. Let's see. Fleet holdings. The fleet. We are part of the Alea Iocta S Classis fleet. That's Fed side. On the KDF side, we are Alea Iocta S Honoris. Yeah. Right now, we have the tier 5 colony. We're still working on completing the morale tier and the infrastructure tier to tier 5. We are still moving nicely through those. I do have also a project to get some energy or some provisions for the renewable energy tier. Dale say says they are available. Somewhere. Oh, where?
Do you need to be party leader if you're gonna invite him?
Is he online?
You are now party leader. I forget what his @ handle is. It should be after the J. The J was in the 26th century, so about 200 years further out than Picard, but about 600 years before the future time that Discovery is in. So unless they kept the J in service for 600 years, it should be after the J.
I know I have you on my friends list. I even have you on my free accounts friends list. I just am struggling to see you online.
What's your @ handle? Yeah, I don't have a Harkonnen. That's on you.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I lied. I do have a Harkonnen. Storm.
Yes. I also I'm going to put in here so I know who you are in future.
Yeah, that's probably be helpful. All right. If you want to toss me leader back or you want to queue us up, whatever you want to do.
We're just doing randoms, right?
Yep, just a random.
Advanced?
That's what I had it set to.
Then that was fast.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. Hopefully you got that. Bendeo.
And here we go.
Next week we're going hopefully Tabby will be back. It all depends on how her recovery is going, but I suspect she'll be back.
Oh, this is a fun one.
I am 7 of 9.
Yeah, this is the one where I kill myself.
For the cooperative.
Yeah, don't do that.
Many Borg were disconnected.
Not on purpose.
Somebody's
Oh, wait.
doing the I haven't seen that carrier in a long time. The Solanae.
Yeah.
Solanae carrier. Which way you going?
I'm hanging left.
Okay, I'll go with you. As I turn right. I tell you I'm going to go with you, and then I turn the wrong direction.
Betrayal.
I'm coming. I just had to get turned around. You know, I said this is going to be a fun one, but I'm flying the wrong ship for this.
I kind of, well, I don't know that I am or not. I mean, this is a fine ship for it. Things will die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely kill things, and your turn rate's higher than mine, so that'll help. Killing stuff shouldn't be a problem. It's getting to the things we need to save that's going to be my issue. Got all of those. Oh, you found a playmate.
It was trying to hide.
It looks like Vindial went right.
I was thinking this was the other one of the other Borg TFOs, because when she does the feedback pulse, That's normally when I kill myself when you fight the Borg Queen at the end of it.
Well, I know we fight a Borg triangle at the end of this one, or
Yeah.
maybe that's the wrong one.
I don't know that she does the feedback pulse. I could be wrong. Oh, hey, there's a cube.
Yep, I see it.
There was a cube.
There was a cube. And you killed it with the dark matter. Oh, we got another cube.
This is
There should be
a friendly cube.
No, there's a bad one.
Oh. Well, then
Right
here.
next to it.
Take everything.
There we go.
See, I never really was a huge fan initially of the
Oh, that hurt.
three-piece of the Lorca's Gambit set. But, I mean, free torpedoes. And they go in any direction.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing that they did with that. Oh, I gotta get turned back around here. There we go.
Get away before it blows up.
I think you dissolved it. You disintegrated it. No disintegrations.
Oh, I saw another cube and immediately started spamming spacebar. Except this is our cube.
Yeah, but I'm shooting through this cube to get to the enemies. Does that make me a bad friend?
They just configured a gap through the middle. I mean, you can fly a ship through a cube. You can shoot through one, right?
Only Data can do that.
Why am I sensing joy? Or happiness or whatever.
The Undine will destroy the disconnected Borg ships. Stop them.
See, there's a lot. Is it far enough after Picard now that we can talk a little?
Yeah, I would say sure. I mean, I know there's still people out there that haven't seen it, but at this point,
So
I mean, that's almost gotta be by choice, right?
So Troy can sense emotions and such. That says a lot that she can sense even Data's on how
Well-
close to human he is.
Yes, but let's not forget that's not the first time that she has sensed emotion from Data. There was an episode of The Next Gen where Lore was giving emotion to Data. Now, it was negative emotion, but she was still able to pick that up. And then there was also in the movie, was it First Contact or Generations? Generations, where he puts the emotion chip in and she's able to pick that up as well.
Because most times you would think for a empath that it would be more biological that you would be able to sense and not necessarily, I don't want to say mechanical because he's more than mechanical. You know, I guess
I
artificial.
I agree, but let's also give credit where credit is due, right? Think about the brilliance of his creator.
Yeah.
And that he was able to create a device that can actually feel emotions that can be picked up by a telepath or empath.
Yeah, I almost said telepath too. Well, I guess she has some telepathic ability. Because, you know, she does talk to her mom and vice versa. You know.
And Riker, apparently.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed Picard.
First season was a bit off in my... I'm not gonna say bad. I don't know that I would call it bad. It was just not what I guess I was expecting. It's definitely a good sci-fi show series. The first season.
I'm detecting something on an intercept course. It is quite
Most of the fan base doesn't really have an issue with the first season. It's the second season that a lot of people have issues with, because they made some questionable decisions, like the bar called 10 Forward back in the past. Like,
Yeah, why? I took that as a writer nod to the show, TNG. I was not going to delve deeper into that, because writers do nods all the time. I mean, if we really want to start nitpicking the show about stuff, then here, why are they always doing the Wilhelm scream in all the time in various shows and such?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
I mean, if we want to nitpick, writers do things for various reasons. Some, I think, is to honor the past, honor other sections of the show, other writers.
The Voth have a ship designed to fight Borg.
And I completely understand all that,
Oh, I gotta get out of there. Get away.
Oh, that hurt.
Tell me about it. I mean, when these ships going kaboom is actually almost a bigger threat than the ship itself.
We got some Voth killers or Borg killer torps.
I see one. That's gonna hurt. Okay, I got that one saved. Specifically, though, I thought the third season was pretty amazing.
I really liked the third. Yeah.
I will say the second season gave us a new enemy that I'm waiting to see in STO.
It also gave us a new ally,
which is in STO. The Watchers are in the game.
I wish there was more with them, but we'll see. I mean, they could still do more.
They could, as a matter of fact. Having a Watcher show up in one of the other shows, I think, would be pretty cool. A nice little tie-in,
I'd be curious. I'm curious on what spin-offs we're going to get from Picard.
Hopefully Legacy really does become a thing. I know right now it's just considered like a fan theory or whatever, but I'm truly hopeful to see more of Captain 7. I would really enjoy.
Well, didn't they definitely announce a Starfleet Academy show?
They did. They also announced a movie coming out, made-for-TV movie called Section 31. I'm going to miss that ship. Oh, you got it. Good. Nice save. Oh, that one's going to go kablooey.
It's fine.
I hit brace right before it blew up. We got to get 3 more ships saved in 40 seconds. There we go. 22 to go. Come on, friends in other places.
There was a sphere that spawned on top of me.
Okay, we're good.
Make that 16.
And there we go. Now we get the dreadnoughts.
I will not allow it. You will be eliminated.
And this one, we cannot skip the cutscene. See, this is why I love that the latency between
3 dreadnoughts.
how you're sending me
They're
your
attacking one
feed
another.
and how,
This is your chance.
like, it might just my my computer's in-system feed. I'm watching the stream and the cutscene was near identical.
This ship's also going to make a big boom. I don't see that side of it, but I'm glad that this is working out better. For those who might be curious, we are, instead of using Discord, which is what we've been using almost the entire time that the show has existed, we are now using vdo.ninja as our screen sharing.
It's a free service, so yeah. So I think they do have a paid tier, but we haven't paid.
Oh, I gotta get out of here. Run! Away, run away.
Where is she? Fire everything.
Are we missing someone?
It takes a little while between you're done and you're done. See?
There we go. Okay. Can I get Iconian from here? I cannot. Alright, well, more fleet marks it is then. I want to go take out the big ship now. Can we do that? I mean,
The
it's
big
sitting
ship?
right here.
Oh. I mean, there is that TFO in game.
True enough. Could you imagine if the Borg managed to assimilate that, though?
Just what we need. Borgified dinosaurs.
Right. All right. So next week we're going to focus on the recruits and kind of give the ins and outs of all the different recruits. That is going to coincide with the new temporal agent recruitment event, so we'll highlight any changes that come from that as well. Are we going to raid somebody?
Sure. Let's end show and then we'll come back.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
See you out there.
That's live long and prosper, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Stick around for the after show, and thank you for joining us, Storm Vindale. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Vindale.
Anyway,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you all. We'll be right back.